Last year, 10 Dutch e-commerce platforms almost generated 12 billion euros in revenue. And today, I want to take a look with you to the biggest Dutch e-commerce platform called Bol. It generated 4 billion euros in revenue last year, and I think there's a lot of interesting insights that you can learn from to build your e-commerce platform as well. Let's take a look. For those who don't know the platform, Bol is a gigantic online e-commerce platform that sells all sorts of different products, and they don't only sell their own products, but just like, for example, Amazon, other people and businesses are also selling their products on the platform as well. One thing to notice, let's just go through it, start at the top and see where we go from there. So in the top white bar, they talk about free shipping, their fast delivery, same day delivery, free returns. So really the unique services or the benefits that they deliver. In the top right, they talk about Select, which is one of their premium subscription services. You can compare it with Amazon Prime. And you notice nowadays that a lot of the bigger platforms offer some sort of a membership subscription, which is always a very nice, steady income, I would say. The big blue bar, the branding bar, their logo, a big search, a login. They're using a wishlist system and a cart as well. Nothing too crazy there. And underneath, we see something quite interesting. And I see this coming back into a lot of different platforms as well. Instead of listing out the main categories, they use the navigation more in a drop-down sense, where they post their categories, of course, which is their main way of navigating. And actually, the menu fades the rest of the website a bit to black, so it's some sort of a lightbox effect to help you really focus on the menu. But before we dive into that menu, let's talk about the other two options. So they talk about gifts and inspiration and aanbiedingen, actions, offers, discounts, things interesting to know. And on the right side, they have their small additional pages, things like for businesses, gift cards, order status, customer support, and a language selector. Underneath, there's a light blue bar with some additional things, mid-season sales, e-bike weeks, camping, big deals, everything for outside. So this is really a more thematic time of the year, or maybe even holidays or special occasions that they use this bar for. So let's check the menu. What I think is really nice is that once again, they do repeat, yes, you're taking a look at categories, which does seem a little bit double when you begin with, but actually, let me just check what happens when I do this real quick. So I'm on Sport Outdoor. I close the menu and I open it, and it's still on Sport Outdoor. If I refresh the site real quick, I have nothing selected. I open categories. Go away, browser. There we go. So I open up categories, and now there's no submenu active. But the menu actually works in a way that whenever you've over one of these items, it'll always be the first one open when you reopen the menu, which is a nice detail. So books, music, computers, toys, etc., baby stuff, pregnancy, sport, office, food, living, you know it. So what I think is really nice about this menu is that the first level has this visual image as well. So besides it's only being text, it has these very colorful images, which makes it feel pretty much alive. When I go to, let's say, computers and electronics, it's, I think, for a lot of people, an easy to understand category. You see it has a subcategory, accessories, screens, sound, phones, watches, household equipment, kitchen devices. And so it has, I think, a pretty clear two-level, well, actually it's just three-level navigation. But I think it's fair to say that a lot of e-commerce platforms, they have so many categories, it's not even a real option to place everything or the categories as main navigation items. So I think this is a really nice way of doing this. It's quite easy to see how this would translate to a mobile menu as well. And I think it's very nice to have people navigate through it this way. Gifts and inspiration, a lot more simpler, just a simple 3-column with the same headings that we've seen in categories. That's what I wanted to say. While the word categories is double with the drop down and the title we see in here, when we open a subcategory, the same title repeats, then making it a consistent way of being able to know where you are. So I think it's a nice touch. Deals, that's the word I was looking for. All deals, top deals, in-demand deals, electronics, living. So they have these deals, which is an interesting shopping for people who are just kind of browsing and just want to see what's going on. I'll skip the rest of the menu for now. I think it's nice to have a look at the rest of the homepage. So discounts is like a very big header image right here. Underneath there are 4 smaller banners, discounts on garden furniture, shaving, razors, washing, and our favorites now with discount. So I'm guessing this is clothing or something, or favorite products. Overall, nice colorful headers, transparent images for the transparent product images. Nice touch is that actually the buttons, I think. I can't see it right now, but I do believe, yeah. So it's actually all HTML and CSS. It's not just a static image. I do believe that these buttons actually have a hover state as well. Then they have something called top deals, which would be like the best deals, best products, most popular products at this time. And once again, a choose category navigation. So they repeat those colorful images. I think electronics, they are a bit different from what we've seen in the menu. It has a horizontal scroller. One thing that I miss here that maybe I would recommend is having like a small link on the top right, just a text link saying browse all categories, that would lead you to a page where all these categories are just listed out. I mean, the scrolling thing is very nice, but maybe I just want to see all the categories that are there in one overview. Then top choices, it's always interesting to figure out, well, what is this? Is this actually an advertisement? Is this something that they picked by hand? Is it based on popular? I don't have those insights. Then they have a shopping, so they quite visually show certain brands. Philips for a terribly redneck style, but sure. Lego, which is always a very relatable brand. Google Pixel, Nivea for men, Samsung. So this really feels like an interesting brand shopping experience. So maybe if you just want to see something from Philips products, and once again here there could be like view all brands or something like that to even give a new way of exploring the site. New products, I think it's interesting here to have that wish list functionality. It's added to my wish list. It's kind of interesting because I'm not logged in, but I'm still able to use the wish list. So that's interesting, I would say. Then once again, offers, day deals with a countdown timer for your FOMO needs. And once again, the best 30% discounts on lady fashion. And once again, here they go into the gift mode. And this is one of the things that I see a lot with certain digital e-commerce platforms, that they are very well aware that not everyone buys products for themselves, but they're also gift shopping. And I think having such an angle is quite interesting, because if you're looking for something for a kid's birthday, it's really nice to maybe even be able to say he's turning 6, which toys or what gifts would be appropriate for a 6-year-old versus that of an 8 or 9-year-old, etc. Then we go to shop the look. So this would be, instead of buying a shirt, buy the entire outfit, I would say. It's quite interesting that there's also a garden and a home area here. And here they actually do have discover all the looks. So this would be one of those links that I talked about earlier that I think would make a lot of sense to add to the homepage as well. Then there is quite a extensive footer. It's actually, I think, a 3 or a 4-part footer listing out a lot of the categories, which of course is very nice for your SEO. Could improve your click-through rate as well. And then once again, a very blue bar with, I think, a very interesting detail. So in your accounts, of course, you can say visit your account to take care of a lot of stuff, but they actually have text links talking about follow your order, pay an invoice, or return an article. So it actually has direct links to the right pages within your account settings for really helping people to do what they actually want to do. As a UX designer, I think this makes me really happy, because it's really job orientated, helping people to do what they need to do instead of find your account here and then just hoping the stuff that you need is actually in your account setting, in your account page. Do you need help? We have our customer support. It's open day and night. I think that's very kind, because that would probably be one of the questions, like, is customer support available right now? Then another footer, but instead of the products, this is more the static pages, customer support, about doing business on both. So this is really for the partners who are selling or want to advertise or do affiliate marketing. Some socials, some newsletter, and then the legal stuff right down there. So that's the navigation and the home bar. And finally, I do want to go to a product page. So I will just see if I can find a PlayStation. which is one of the products that I've been using in my document. So this is a PlayStation 12 reviews. Maybe it's better to pick one with more reviews, but here we go. So this is the product page. I'll skip the navigation and start with the breadcrumbs. Very interesting, a back button before the home icon. I think this is really interesting because this would actually, I see it in the bottom left, it's a JavaScript. It has exactly the same button as the back button would have in your browser, which is a nice touch. I would be curious to measure how this would help with bounce rate, like what would happen if people would actually come directly to a landing page, a product page through Google. Because if you would go back, does it actually send people back to Google, or should it then be adjusted to go back to some sort of different category, or maybe the search related to the product? So breadcrumbs, titles, brand, review, star, share, PS5 must-have, tweakers excellent, some awards, some badges. Underneath we see the big picture, we see some sort of a video thing that we can play. So it's pretty rich media. It opens in this viewing experience, which is lovely. Then we have some more pictures. Now let's talk about something interesting. It says here color, but I don't see color. So these are actually, I would say, different editions. So let's take a look at the title. So this is the 2 controller. This would be the 1 controller. This is the digital edition, and this is the disc edition. And I believe that when it comes to the digital, so you're not able to insert a disc in this. So you can only download and buy games online. And I wonder if that somewhere comes forward, because I think it's a very interesting thing to point out. And I don't oh, here, plain. So this is just the product description. Vertical standard is sold separately. It's kind of interesting because they don't, or as far as I can see, they don't really talk about you can't put a disc in there. That would be probably a good reason to return it if you are actually one who buys the game, physical games. Platform, PS5, this doesn't add any value for me. The price. Once again, they talk about Select, which is their membership. So if you buy it before midnight, you'll have it on Tuesday. Fun fact, it's Sunday right now. I'm actually on Lanzarote. So I think this kind of changes things based on that. Wishlist, add to cart button. Once again, some benefits. It includes shipping. It's shipped by Bol, by us, not some partner. You can pick it up, 30 days, return, free return, or if you change your mind within 30 days, you can get your money back, send it back. Day and night customer support, delivery options. You can get it today, you can get it through the week, also in the evening, and even on Sunday if you order on Saturday before midnight. Few more options. Let's see. So there are some related products here. So this is somebody who returned it, so you can get it for 22 euros cheaper, which is also the lowest price. And you can also buy it secondhand, which is kind of interesting. PS5 must-have. Okay, so these are the must-have. So this is some sort of category related to PlayStation 5s, other related products. And then we scroll down, we can actually show less of a product description, product information, all of the technical specs, which I'll skip for now. On the right side, we actually see, besides related articles, you also see people often bought this with. So I think upselling controllers and a charging station for controllers. That vertical stand, I think it makes a lot of sense to put it in there. Videos and reviews, and I think this one is really interesting. How do we check and place reviews? So one of the things that happens a lot within the Netherlands is that people get a bit, how real are those reviews? How well can we trust them? So they actually have some description about how those reviews came to be and where they come from. It says very clearly, Bol does not pay for reviews, etc., etc. So you can sort it, most helpful, most stars, least stars, the newest. So you can actually also vote or upvote the reviews, was it useful or not, which is a good touch. And that is the product page. One other nice thing that, of course, it's a very long page, and maybe you've seen it when I scroll down and I go past the add to cart button, I get this new bar up in the top with the title, the price, add to cart, and add to wish list. So that is the bol.com review. Just a quick overview. If you find this interesting and you'd like to know more, I'm working on a resource in which I go through these Dutch top 10 e-commerce platforms. I think there will be a lot of interesting insights that you can use for your shop as well. If you're interested, just send me a DM or check the comments below. There might be a link there, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.